Right, recording in progress, all in. So, guys, again, I'm recording this for those who can't make it and those who want to obviously re-listen. And the thing that I want to start off with is that, okay, Martina is special guest number one, and we're going to do like five people, okay? So, what you're going to notice with the five people, you're going to notice a lot about what you're actually doing on your journey. That's like, wow, if I keep doing this, I can end up where Martina is, where this person is, where that person is, where Glenn is. You're going to notice that how we recover is so similar. So similar. Okay. Also, I wanted to say if everyone can go on mute and me and Martina are going to just converse a little bit. And if everyone just goes on mute and all you have to do is listen in. Okay. Anyway, Martina, I want to thank you for taking your time out. I know you have family, I know you have work. So thank you for coming on and sharing your story.
No worries. Thanks for having me. This
You're
all
very,
feels a bit
very, very
weird, but anyway, I'm not very good at this, so bear with me.
Are you having anxiety?
Nah, yeah, nerves. They're natural, remember?
You're right. It's absolutely natural. No one, see, that's one of the things is it's like public speaking. No one likes getting in front. But as soon as you start going on and getting into your
Yeah,
story, and you're doing a beautiful thing for everyone on here who is looking for help and looking for, that secret formula. And the secret formula is bravery, it's breaking through that resistance, it's
and
never giving up, and
repetition.
it's time. So
It's
Martina,
time, it's
I'll hand it over.
repetition, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
I
just hand it
suppose
over to
what's
you
my
now, okay? You
background?
just you just you just go ahead, start from the start. Stage is yours. Go ahead.
Okay, so I suppose my story goes back to probably 2006. Um, Definitely 2006. Probably when I look back, I suppose I always had an element of anxiety or panic kind of in me. Um, 2006, I went backpacking, and that's when it was all just too much. I was so panicky. I was so afraid. I just wanted to get home. I couldn't shift this feeling. I managed 6 months. I got back. I was in a mess every day for 6 months. I drank a lot to just get through it because I was so anxious, nervous. I don't know how I flew over there, but I think I was okay with flying then. And anyway, when I got back, my anxiety just day to day, like it was really high. And I was afraid, like I started getting panic attacks when I was driving. I used to drive to work 30 miles. Um, and then I was like, I can't do this anymore. So my world from that point started to get smaller and smaller. So I started going on trains to work. And then I would just be in a panic. Once the door closed, I'd be like, no, no, get me off. Can't do this, can't. No, no, I can't. And I used to have to ring my partner at the time. I'd be like, look, can you just come and collect me? I can't stay on this train. Don't know how I'm going to affected me so much. And then I work in a hospital. The work I do involves me taking my ultrasound machine to different levels. The hospital, hospitals could be 10 floors. I've no choice but to get in a lift. The lift started being a problem. Started panicking. I'd be like trying to avoid being on what we call portable scans, where we'd go out to the wards. I'd be like, oh, my back's at me. And I started making excuses. So I started making excuses for my life. Um, you know, and then it came to a point I started becoming a nervous passenger. Then well, I couldn't even get on. So there's a local tram in Dublin called the Lewis. Couldn't get on the tram. I couldn't get on anything that was in. It wasn't even just about the enclosed space. I started having panic attacks about everything, and I could only go to work because I worked in a hospital, and therefore, if I have had a panic attack, I'd be safe because someone would help me. So if I couldn't breathe and I felt like I was going to die, I'm going to be saved because I'm in work and work is a hospital. And I think that's the only reason why I continued working. This went on for years, even cycling to and from work. My anxiety was just rife. Like cycling, I get out of breath. That's your body's natural response to exercise. I started panicking about that shortness of breath. I couldn't walk anywhere where I would start to feel normal physiological heart rate increase. I was so afraid of my panic and the symptoms of panic. Like it was a panic disorder then. It it got in on me, everything. Didn't want to be on my own. Counted down. I used to ring Alistair in work and I'd be like, can you please come home? I can't be here on my own. It just affected me indescribably in so many, many ways. And I started looking up about, I don't know, I guess Instagram helped me a lot. And I started reading about, feeling the fear, do it anyway, these sort of things. And I was like, but I'm too afraid to face the fear. And I did CBT, but I'd go back to the next session and I'd be like, well, I haven't done anything because I was afraid to do it because I didn't want to feel the feelings. And it was just a waste of time because they didn't get it. They didn't know how I was feeling. And I became so avoidant in so many things. If I stayed in a hotel, I'd request to make sure that I wasn't on the more than one or two floors so that I could walk up the stairs. Like, I don't know, I could talk all day about all the things that panic brought me. So I ended up in a very small world, and then COVID was just a nightmare. It was hell. Like I could barely leave my house to go for a walk. I was afraid. I was just on edge. I was high alert, high anxious state for years. And I guess then because of Instagram, I discovered Glenn. I don't actually know how I discovered you, but I found you. And what I realized from talking to Glenn was that I was totally afraid of the feelings of panic. I didn't want to feel them. And I had no confidence in myself. None. And I think Glenn he never made me feel stupid. He never made me feel silly for the feelings that I had. He was totally understanding and the support. And he just gradually, I just started to get the confidence back in me. And I started to not be afraid of the feelings. So what I did was I would put myself in work situations then, I would put myself in a lift on purpose for one floor, like 30 seconds of feeling the panic. And I did that repetitively. A couple of times a week, then it was every day, then a couple of times a day. Then I would increase that. Going on the tram, I made myself go one stop. And eventually I wanted to be able to fly. I wanted to get down to my hometown in Ireland, which was about 45 minutes on the train. So all the journeys on the tram, I increased the amount of stops. So it was like I'd stay on for another stop and another stop. And sometimes I would totally go, nah, I can't do this. But what I allowed myself to do was not beat myself up about that. And I allowed myself to go, well, this is what I'm feeling. It cannot hurt me. And I think it was just the constant reassurance and support from Glenn that allowed me to not be afraid of the feelings of anxiety anymore. And that was a huge turning circle for me. It was just, okay, this is happening. Nothing's going to happen to me. Yes, I feel all these feelings. They are so uncomfortable, but they will pass. It doesn't last forever. Adrenaline does not last forever in your body. This is all a natural response to, we can create any situation in our mind. Our minds are very powerful, but we can also tell ourselves that that our bodies are safe and nothing is going to happen to us. We're not going to just die. And I think that was my biggest fear, that I would just not breathe and I would die. And I think just repetitively exposing myself to these small little things. And it was literally, I'd ring Glenn and I'd do a 2-minute walk into the woods. Like all these little things, it was just bit by bit. And eventually I was like, right, well, I want to be able to fly to England. So I picked Dublin to Manchester, a 35-minute flight. So to work up to that, I did my train, the tram journeys, each stop built up, and then I went to my hometown, which was 45 minutes. And like sitting on that, you want to just escape. The door's closed, that's it. I want to get out of here. But I started to believe that I was okay. And it was Glenn that was the biggest driver in that. I would text Glenn, like, Glenn, you were so good to me, and I could ring you anytime, even if it wasn't a session. I'd just ring you for 2 seconds and you would reassure me. And I was flying to Manchester. That was 35 minutes, then a 45-minute flight to Birmingham. I live in England now, so Stansted's my local airport. That's an hour on a plane. So then I started to think, right, well, if I can do an hour from Dublin to England, then I can get to my cousin in Germany, who's an hour from England. If I can do this, then I can go and I can suddenly my world is open up. So from being afraid to like walk 2 minutes outside my house to not even want to get in a lift for one floor, and just bit by bit, time by time. And this year I brought my kids on holiday to Italy, so that was like an hour and a half on plane. So that's like, sorry.
You're fine, Martina. We're live. These things happen. You see, guys, it's repetition, repetition, repetition.
Sorry.
You're fine, Martina.
The gang are still awake.
You're
Anyway.
fine. That's what I'm saying. I respect that you come on and with kids and work and yeah.
Yeah, but it definitely
Saying
is
you took the
all.
kids to Italy for the first time. Your first time being on the plane with the kids.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and it's a big deal when you feel responsible, like you have to mind you're a responsible parent for kids as well. Like it's a whole other thing. Um, but I think it was the little and often that helped me. I didn't go, right, well, I'm going to fly to Italy. I spent 5 minutes on a tram. Anything that I felt like I wanted to escape, I put myself in that position for just a couple of minutes, and I flooded my body with adrenaline. And every time I kept telling myself, and every time I felt like, no, no, I can't do it this time, I had to just keep telling myself, it will be okay. You are safe. This is your body's natural response. This will go, it will dissipate. I spent years, 15 years, in a constant state of panic. I had daily panic attacks. And now, even if I do feel panicky now, I kind of go, it's okay. It's not going to cause me any harm, and I'm not going to beat myself up about it. It doesn't mean I'm having a setback. It doesn't mean anything. It is how I'm feeling in the moment. And I just embrace it and I give it a bit of love and I go, it's okay. And I've learned to love myself, be kinder to myself, not hard on myself. I think my confidence just was totally shot. I was a shell of myself. And now I'm a very, very different person. And then I'll owe you my life forever, honestly, my freedom. And yeah, we're buddies now. It's great. And we have to crack. And yeah, it's good. I've met a friend out of it as well.
Yeah, and it's like that's a gift. Like at the end of the day, like as I say to everyone here and yourself, Martina, you're the one having the panic attacks. As I say, like I say to everyone, I'm sitting at home having a cup of tea, and that while you guys are thinking you're dying. But I did my trial, I did my test, and it's like all I do is help you, help you, and it's nothing got to do. It's just the main as when you went back to CBT therapy there, that is where it's all goes wrong. People with agoraphobia and all these behavioral conditions, they can't be left to their own devices, and they don't
No,
have the confidence. They don't have that when they leave the cognitive behavioral therapist's office to start saying, right, this is it, 7 days a week, I'm on the bus. It doesn't happen.
no.
It's not. So that's why I developed what we're doing now with everyone is holding everyone accountable, that they know this is the way, and you have to keep going and you have to push.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time we were doing calls. we would get on a phone call right, after work, and you were so committed. You have a very challenging job, and you're so tired, and kids,
Mm.
and exactly, let's say 8 p.m. after work, bang on, you're here, and off we go, and all we did was walk through the woods. I remember you getting to a place where you're like, kind of the tunnel part or the part like I don't
Yeah.
really like going here. And that's the thing, I never said go through it. Say I knew in my mind, okay, that's where we're going to eventually get. So it's okay, let's go home. And there's a lot of that in recovery. And everyone here will understand that because that's the same approach that I try to give to other people.
Yeah.
Is that it's okay and you have to stop thinking that like back then, like imagine us having a chat back then while you can't go halfway through the little forest and we say, listen, by the end of the year, you're going to be living over in the UK, have gone to Germany, have gone to Paris, have flown back and forth to Ireland, have moved houses, have traveled alone with your kids, having that responsibility. Like imagine us having that conversation
Yeah.
while you can't go on a highway or get to the second stage of the elevator. People have to
Yeah.
understand that you can't get to where Martina is now without, if you can't get the small disciplines right, how are you going to get the big ones right?
I think a
And
lot
like,
of it is about not feeling the pressure. And it's okay if you feel you can't do it at that time because you'll go again and you'll go again and you'll do it and then you'll go, no, I can't do it this time. And there's no like making, I used to try this in the past and I was made feel bad about not doing it. And I think that just makes your anxiety worse because if you feel the pressure, then that just amplifies it. I felt no pressure from you, Glenn, ever, but just support. And it's your support and the confidence that you gave me back just by being you and sound and understanding. And you knew because you've been through it. Um, your world was tiny as well. You understand it.
yes,
And I think that's
I,
what makes you stand out by far from any other sort of person to help you with anxiety and therapies and things.
thank you very much, Martina. I appreciate that. I
It's
really
great.
do. Very beautiful and kind words. And like, I'm just so happy for you. Like, your life has changed so much. And
Yeah,
like,
I feel like I
it's
am me
unbelievable.
again. I wasn't me for
Yeah.
many years. I was a shell of myself. I was a mess. I was constant heightened state of anxiety all day, every day. It was awful. I couldn't even have a shower. I couldn't have a bath. I get in the bath and I feel panicky. Like,
Yeah. That's when you're fully sensitized, you know?
yeah.
So that's when we're kind of at our worst. But Martina, listen, thank you so much for sharing your story. And if you'll happily
Hope it
answer a
makes
couple of
sense.
questions and then, get the Rugrats up to bed, you can have another couple of minutes. We'll throw a couple of questions your way. And
Yeah, what
again,
I'm going
thank
to
you
do
so
is I'll
much.
just put this on mute. I'm just going to put this on mute. I'm going to come back and
Yeah,
I'll
I'll have
go.
a chat with the group. Okay, you do your thing. So, guys, as you can see there with what Martina was saying, like how identical is that process in everyone's journey? First step of the ladder, second step of the ladder, you slip back down, climb it again, climb it again. Next of all, you take a big climb, 10 steps. Then you start on the fourth step again, fourth step, because you can't always make it. And it's so gradual and it takes time. It took, forget how many months it took Martina. We'll ask her when we're back. I think it was around 6 or 7 months. But let's go to William. William, when that's crazy. I just seen a message there. This is exactly needed to hear, Glenn. And then William was the person that I I wanted to ask the question to. William, when Martina is speaking, how does it feel to know that, how would I say, the process of recovery is not always, it's not always uphill, okay? It takes time and you get kicked in the ass sometimes too, but you got to keep going. What the hardest thing, the setback is giving up for a whole month, two, three. That's what setback is. No one here has had setbacks, really, you know. But
Yeah.
what do you think about just so far, William, the way Martina has spoken about her story?
Oh, buddy, the minute she started on about the flying, bringing the kids abroad, I said, this is exactly what I need to hear. To be honest with you, I am over the moon listening to what that woman just said. Really am.
It's crazy. That's the beauty of, and there will be more of this. This is only the first person. You know, I
Yeah.
have so many people that you guys have never heard of. You never would have even known of this woman. And
That was
what will
just
happen
spot
is
on, that was.
after three, four, five people having on and you listen to their stories, you'll start to realize that, oh wow, they're doing all the same things to recover. Martina's story now, next Friday there'll be someone else on, and you'll see their story, how they did it. And then in the third person, and the fourth person, and the fifth person. Okay? So Martina's back now. Martina, we have William on here, okay? William's over in the UK as well. And he said that was so it was perfect him listening to you, especially about the kids. William was actually supposed to come over to Paris with his kids there. He's worked so hard. William couldn't get on a train for 5 years. And then like you, one stop, one stop, one stop. Now he's
Yeah.
flying 2 hours on the train. But he felt that was the right time to get on the plane. And it just wasn't. What does that mean? Do the planes just stop flying? Is that it? You can't take a plane again? No. You regroup, you build up some confidence again, and you take your time. There's
Mhm.
always a plane there, even if it's next year, William. There's no
That's it.
Yeah.
pressure,
And I
but
purposely picked the shortest flight possible almost, like from Dublin to Manchester. Now I went with a friend initially and she knew my situation and she very kindly came with me. But like it was just the short flight. It was literally up, down, 35 minutes. I can do this. And that was hard. And but like I just built it up over time. I purposely just picked really short flights. Now I can't say that I enjoyed the flight to Italy, but I put up with it and it's fine. It's a means to an end. And one of my kids, she doesn't really like flying either, but I'm like, look, Molly, we're going to be uncomfortable for an hour and a half. Sometimes we'll feel a bit worse than others, and other times we'll have a laugh and we'll listen to music and we'll play a game. But it'll get us to Italy, um, or to get us to wherever. Look, go back to Dublin, we get to see our friends and family. We're uncomfortable for that hour, but we'll get through it and nothing will happen to us. So I'm now using it with one of my kids who's very much like me. She's a mirror of me, I can see. But at least I now know how I can help her and support her. And I don't put her under any pressure. And I say, Molly, we need to just give our feelings of anxiety a bit of love. And we can't, if you try and push them away, they're just going to get bigger and stronger. Um, and I think that's a lot of
absolutely.
it. I think you just need to accept them, just notice them, accept them, let them be. And if you fight, I've fought them so hard for so many years, and I think that is what made it bigger and worse for me. And I hid it. I was embarrassed to tell anyone. Like, I'd make up an excuse. There was no way I was saying to people, oh, I'll be up in a minute if they were getting a lift. I'd be like, no, no, I'll get the next one. And I'd leg it up the stairs, and I'd do anything. But so now I'm like, no, I don't like lifts and I've no shame in it. And sometimes I'll get in them and sometimes I'm like, no, I don't want to do it today. And I'll be like, I'll see you up there, lads. Yeah, I don't care. I'm just going to walk up and take my time. But now I'm not far. I think there was a lot of shame in it as well. And now I say to people, I don't look, the driving thing is hard for me. I'm not happy. I don't feel comfortable to put myself at 70 miles an hour on a motorway with a million things going on. It's too much for me to keep up with. But I just say I just don't like driving on motorways. Whereas before, I'd always make an excuse. But I think a lot of it is just not being ashamed of yourself. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing. And I
Absolutely not.
think that's also a confidence thing. I was mortified. I was so embarrassed to let anyone know that I had anxiety. I didn't want anyone to know. No, I couldn't care less. Yeah, I suffer with it and I get it every now and again, and that's just me.
How
And
how does it feel?
then
Like
maybe
how does it feel to come on to a group like this and like have you ever spoken about your how do you feel like emotionally like knowing that? there's people here trying to do what you're trying to do and get where you want to be. And a couple of months ago, you were like everyone here in the group, and like, is it hard to believe that? Like,
Yeah,
wow, like I can't believe I'm speaking.
it's very, very surreal, to be honest. It's really surreal. And look, you can absolutely do it. Just don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself time. It doesn't matter. I didn't put a time frame on it. Don't give yourself the pressure, and just be kind. And hello? I'm talking to Glenn. Sorry, hang on.
It's not Molly.
Yeah.
Tell her I said hello.
I put you land. Good night.
Good night.
Sorry.
Bless her. Are you still okay to talk?
Yeah.
She's not leaving, is she?
No.
Well, a
It's
lot
not
of people
one
are mothers and
disorder.
fathers on here. They understand.
Anyway,
Give
yeah.
her,
So,
tell her she can make a hot chocolate.
ooh, it's 9:30. I need to go to bed soon.
We're gonna leave you. Guys, as you see, like Martina, thank you so much for coming on. And
I
listen,
hope this
we might
helps, and I hope what I'm saying helps. And I don't mind talking to any of you at any point either. Like, I know it's hard to talk in groups and stuff about if you're sitting there, you've got burning questions, like just fire them into Glenn or whatever. I'm happy to, I don't mind, ask me
we can even
anything.
get you on again, Martina, at a
Yeah,
different
sure.
different time where you have more time and
I don't have
it's
much of
not
that
so
now,
late.
but
You haven't had a long day. We'll see what happens. Okay.
okay, I better go. I'm getting
Martina,
hassled.
you go, get to bed. We're all so grateful. Thank you so much. Okay. I'll
No
touch base
worries.
with you tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, sound okay. Good night, everyone. Best of
Good
luck.
night.
You can absolutely do this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Bye.
See you, Martina. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. So Bethan, great to have you on.
Hi.
Good to see you again, Bethan. How
Good.
are you?
Yeah, good. Really good, thanks. Yeah.
How did you find anything that resonated with Martina's story?
Yes, a little bit. Obviously it takes time, doesn't it? And doing little bits, and yeah, it's good to hear that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And
Absolutely.
I
Even
think
in,
it's just,
even in the most
yeah,
crippling of panic disorders can be cured. Okay,
no, and no pressure. That's what I find.
no
When the
pressure.
pressure sort of goes a bit and you've got to do things and completely taking away the safety things, I think that's when things starts getting better.
Yeah. See, the safety things work, don't they?
It,
But not in the long run.
no, yeah,
Okay,
they didn't work for me, I don't think, going to be honest with you. I was stuck in
because
it.
you don't. There's no belief in yourself.
No,
Or you think I only got over there because I called my husband. No, you didn't. You got
yeah,
over there because you got over there.
yeah, but my brain was
Okay.
like, wasn't it? Oh, I've got a phone Glenn or Leah. So my brain's thought I have to phone them up to get over that bridge, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And that's you did it so often that when you repetize something, anything in life, anything, when you repetize it, like if you want to start learning Chinese tomorrow, by next year you'll be fluent in Chinese. If you repetize it,
Mm,
we can. That's what the brain's like. But listen,
yeah,
it's great to see it again, and you're doing great.
yeah,
And
nice to see you.
I wanted you on this call tonight just to
Yeah,
listen in and gain some. You know what I'll do is for yourself is that we're going to have 5 speakers, and I'd like you to be there for all of them. Okay?
yeah. The
It's not
exercise
going to be
is
a Tuesday.
definitely,
It's going to be a Friday. Okay?
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so the exercise is the key thing for me, 100%. It
Yeah,
really is.
you're very lucky
You
that
know,
you enjoy it. You
yeah,
know.
going to that
Um,
gym class tonight. God, if someone said to me 5 minutes ago, you'd be there packed with 20 people, loud music, probably won't to walk tomorrow. I did so much exercise, I probably won't to walk down the set. And then the club, the running club, the park runs, the social, being social with people. I think that is a really good medicine as well.
Fantastic. Listen, and again, as I say, it's great to see you again. You just keep doing the great work and keep no pressure on yourself. But remember, anything that you have fears towards, keep going towards. Okay. So thank you.
Yeah, I know. And I
Um,
miss everyone. I do miss everyone. I do.
well,
So,
the main thing is here. I told you from the start, we're not on here to be best friends.
no, I
We're
know.
all from different countries. America. We have Michal from Kuwait. Well, you want to go out
Yeah,
with him and have a cup of tea with Michal? We're on here for the same reason. Recover, and it's adios. It's
yeah.
goodbye.
They're just all really nice people, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing with people with anxiety disorders.
Mm.
They call the niceness disorder. When you're kind and compassionate and have a big heart, you better believe you're getting a panic attack at some stage. Okay, so thank you so much, Bethan, and it's
Thank you.
again
Thanks
great
for
to see.
asking me, Glenn. Thanks for asking me.
No,
Really
pleasure.
appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Nice to see your
I
face
want to
again.
go. I want to go to. Is Jude on? Jude, are you there, brother? Where are you? Yeah. So Jude,
Sorry, yeah, I'm here. I was just trying to unmute myself.
no problem, no problem. Jude, you've been probably on your journey now with your recovery plan that I gave you, and it's man, you've been so consistent.
I'm currently
Have
on the
you
drive as
noticed?
we speak right now, and I've got you plugged in the car, so I'm hands free.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Keep the eyes on the road.
100%.
From putting that pressure on you to say, Jude, you have to do this every day. Compared to the
Yeah,
first night you went there, compared to now, what has changed for you? It's been nearly a month now, I presume.
there's just no like the day that I come, I probably went round like around about probably 10 times until I actually got onto the A road. Then I come off at the next junction, and now I'm like literally just driving straight to this place with no sort of anticipation, really. Like not crazy thoughts. I mean, I do have the odd thought, but I'm just like, I know why I've got to do it. I want to do this, and I'm doing it rather than, oh, what if this happens and what if that happens? I'm just really trying to focus on the end goal.
You're willing to do it. You know that this has to be done now.
Yes,
There's
exactly
no
that.
more there's no more waiting around. You're too good for that. Okay? Everyone here is too good for that. We're not living our lives in fear anymore,
Yeah.
boys. Well, listen, we can be in fear, but we can still get the job done. Yeah? So Jude, I'm super proud of you, man. It's the most consistent you've probably been in your whole entire life. And you're kind of the similar age as
100%.
me
And I
when I
just want to
was.
say thank you for being there as well, man. Like it means a lot, and it just gives you that extra help to know that you've got someone on the end of the phone that understands and gets you. It makes a hell of a lot of difference, I promise.
Man, listen, there's no need to thank me. Just
Mm.
keep getting out there, keep working, keep pushing. This is your life. Okay.
Like,
And again, like it's just like, how could I not try to get back to my fellow human beings struggling the way I struggled? It's you have to. And sure you will one day as well, and many people here. And I was in a shopping centre yesterday in Paris and I seen a girl having panic attack. Went over to her, held her hand with her boyfriend, and she was fine within 5 minutes. I said I'm an anxiety coach, here's me. And the minute she said that, she stopped shaking.
wow.
There's something about when someone has gone through it, they just know. And that just helps so much
100%.
along the way. And I'm just really proud of you, man. And fantastic month. You're going to face now the second chapter where all the fears, you're like, oh, now I'm going to be tested again. Yes, you are going to be tested again. And you're going to do the same process where it's going to be scary again, scary again, scary again. And then it's nothing. Okay? That's the
Yep.
process. It's
I'm
exactly the
ready.
process that Martina was talking about. I'm gonna go to Jen now. You just keep driving, Jude, okay, bud?
Thank you. Cheers.
Jen,
Hey, Glenn.
great to have you on. Long
Yeah,
time.
thank you. I know. Thanks so much.
No problem at all. I wanted to have you on tonight as well, just to hear Martina's story. Jen, would you have been around when Martina was on with me? No?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
Okay. Martina, I think was a year and a half ago, maybe. Um, But did you catch all of the conversation? Did you join late or did you join 10 minutes after? Or
I joined like 5 or 6 minutes after, I think.
so you caught most of her story, right?
Yeah, I caught most
How
of it. And
how
what stuck
identical
out
is
to
it to
me most?
what you were
Oh,
doing?
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say what stuck out to me most was when she talked about how like it's scary to like go into the fear knowing like how scary it is to feel the panic because I know that that's what I still struggle with is being afraid to like push a little bit further and feel the panic.
That's the main thing for everyone, Jen.
I know.
That's the main thing. If we didn't fear panic attacks, no one would be on this. If you didn't fear panic attacks, you wouldn't have any of your safety or avoidance behaviors. Everything goes down to the fear.
Hmm.
And the only way you can't read a book and overcome this, we have developed these behavioral patterns that behaviors, they have to be unlearned. And how
Yeah.
we unlearn is through habitual behavior, is doing the complete opposite of avoidance, is going
Mhm.
straight into it. And it's so difficult, Jen. We've been on the journey together a long time. And I want back on this call, I want you to start back at that, Jen. Okay? You know how to work this program. You know that.
Yep.
Okay? And you are so close, but
I know.
you haven't lost that. Okay? Just you need to get back at it straight away. All you have to do, give yourself 7 days. And this is what I told Jude. 7 days, do not miss a day if your fucking leg is falling off. You go out and you do something for 7 days in a row. You mark it on something and you start making yourself proud again. 7 days. It doesn't matter if it's raining, snowing, your toe is hanging off. If you're in the moment of the girls out there understand that time of the month. Fuck it, you go. And you make yourself strong because this makes us feel so weak. So when we feel so much pain and fear and anxiety, what we have to go into that because that's what really gets us our independence back. It stops the shame. It makes us feel so damn proud of ourselves because that's what we're missing for years. Putting our head on the pillow at night and knowing deep in our souls that this is crushing me.
Hmm.
I said no to go to a grocery shop today. I said no to go on a date with my significant other. I didn't walk my dog today. That's what eats away at our soul. And
Hmm.
that's what we have to attack. So again, just really happy to have you on tonight. And all I wanted to do was, and Jen, you're also going to be someone who I'm going to bring on to, I have, Martina was first. We're going to have another four more people and you're going to be invited to every single one of them and get back to action. Get back at it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I know. Thank you, Glenn. I really appreciate it. I needed the push and the like, reminder and confidence boost. It always helps after these.
Sometimes having the little time off where you're kind of, Jen, you are so close. You are so damn close. And sometimes what happens, I've seen it a couple of times, that the actual time that you spent away,
Hmm.
now you're gonna go back and attack that. And you'll make so much, the progress that you've made took a lot of time. Now if you go back, it's muscle memory, okay? It
Hmm.
will come back to you really quickly. So stop thinking, oh, I've missed out on 2 months of not doing much. Get back out and face some fears and get straight back into it, okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
It's great to have you and great to hear from you again, okay?
Yeah. Thanks, Glenn. You too.
Rosa. Rosa, what did you think about Martina's story? Was there anything that resonated with you?
Hey, I'm here. Yeah, I can totally completely identify with her. It was such a nice talk, and especially when she said that she was most afraid of the panic itself, and she avoided it at all costs. That's what I've been doing for the last 20 years, on and off.
Well,
And
why
when
wouldn't you? If a panic attack makes you feel like you're dying and gonna lose your mind, why wouldn't you avoid it?
yeah, yeah,
You know?
exactly.
That's why we
And
have.
uh,
Go ahead. Sorry, Rosa. Go.
and she said that she struggled for 15 years. So it's nice to hear that after so many years of struggle, you can go out on the other side. So that's nice to hear.
Once you lose the fear, the only
Yeah,
difference between someone struggling a year and 20 years is you've just accumulated more sadness and more, you just missed out on more life. That's it.
yeah,
That's it. That's the only difference. Your panic attacks haven't gotten worse. They've been the same. No panic attack gets worse. It's always the same. The same start, same
yes,
end.
yeah,
Okay. Everyone, we all have the same when it comes to the nervous system and panic. All our panic attacks are the same. What spirals them on? Maybe we have different thoughts. Another thing I wanted to mention while Martina was on, have any of you guys ever heard me talking about the lady that never feared heart attacks because she worked in a hospital? Any ever
yeah.
did I tell you that story? That was Martina. So when I
Oh,
started working, yeah. So you heard she worked in a hospital, and she actually didn't tell she works in a cardiologist unit, a cardio unit. So I've noticed that obviously that I know already the biggest things are people think they're gonna lose their mind, die of heart attacks. Okay, most 9 out of 10 people. Um, so when I'm getting people on board and asking them questions, and I would go through this process of understanding what people's fears are. It was always Glenn, I'm afraid I'm going to have a heart attack. Glenn, I'm afraid I'm going to this. And I came to Martina was coming on to me as a client, and I said, so Martina, when it comes to panic attacks, um, do you feel like you're going to, have a heart attack? And she's like, no, I don't fear a heart attack at all. And I thought, like, okay, I haven't heard that in a long time. And I asked, why, is there any reason why you don't fear a heart attack, Martina? She says, well, I work in the cardiologist unit, so I know panic attacks can't harm my heart. I know how the heart works and how strong it is. I was like, you lucky fucker. But that was yeah, she was the one that because she works in the cardiologist unit, she knows how the heart actually works. That's why she doesn't fear a heart attack. But obviously she fear of death and fear of, dropping dead and all the crazy intrusive thoughts that naturally come to our brain when we're freaking out with high adrenaline. It's natural to have catastrophic thoughts of disastrous things happen to us when we're away from home. And next of all, we realize, holy shit, why did I do this? I'm so far away. Shit, 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 get me home, get me home, get. When your brain, like the hippocampus, oh, sorry, the prefrontal cortex will just shut off, all rationale will go out the window, and your brain will just say, get me home, 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 get me home. And you'll give in to that. And again, the cycle will remain. But yeah, she was the one who made me think a little bit like, why does she not fear heart attacks? Yeah, because she understands how the heart works. Um, Ailey, can you hear me, Ailey?
Hear me?
Hey, how are you? Ailey, did you catch all of that?
Yes, all of it. Yeah.
What did you think of it?
Yeah, it was really helpful. I think sometimes when you're like deep in it, it's hard to um picture like being out the other side, isn't it? Um, but it is helpful. Yeah. Um, it was some of the things she said obviously resonated with me, and it was good. I enjoyed it. Well,
I'm
enjoyed
sure.
it's a weird word, but it was useful.
Well, enjoying it means you found some comfort in it, right?
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
And that's what it was tonight. For people to find comfort, to find a little bit of self-compassion, that panic attacks are absolutely awful. No wonder
Mm.
we've all delved into this mindset of having all these crazy thoughts, doing all these weird behaviors, missing out on things in life. It's because panic attacks are awful and they're not nice to have. But it comes a point in life when we've had so much of it, we can't take it anymore. It's like, I have to recover. And this is the way. And you mentioned like Martina's like story is like everyone else's here. And you'll notice again, she's the first guest of 5. Wait and you see by the fifth guess, you will notice, wow, everyone really recovers nearly the same way. It's just different time differences. Guys, no, I won't do it. I was gonna say because this is recording, I'm not gonna stop it. But I made my dog food. I made her chicken and I boiled it. And she's staring at me. And while I'm on, I forgot to give her the food. But I'm sorry, Sonny, I'll give you the food after. I'm really sorry. I have a call here. I was gonna run in and give the dog the food, but I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, we're nearly finished anyway. Um so yeah, listen, that's just one story of five. There might be more. I just decided to reach out to five. And again, these are people that you've never known about, that have just gone on and done their thing. You never heard of them. And you will be one of those people too. It's adios and it's goodbye. She's living her life now. And I've been doing this for 4 years and I've seen recovery with my own eyes. I have lived it. I know what it's like to recover. And I've seen it time and time again, working so closely with people like yourselves. And it's very beautiful, but also moments of sadness for me as well when sometimes I wish I was in the country of you guys to just fucking push you more, but that's down to you, But I've seen it with my own eyes. That's why when you guys come on board with me and you don't believe in yourself, I believe in it because I've seen it for 4 years. Americans, Canadians, Irish, British, England, Welsh, Scottish, Kuwait, Somalia. I've seen it time and time and time again. So my belief in you guys is 100%. You're not supposed to even believe in yourself. You're just supposed to do the work. Okay? So that's why I have so much belief in this kind of structure. And it's very hard to stick to. It's very hard. It's very scary. But again, there's nothing worse than watching your life pass by and still I'd rather just suffer the correct way, knowing that if I keep suffering the correct way, I know there's an antidote waiting for me. Again, no problem. It's it's great to see you again, and you will get another link for the next guest next Friday, okay? So lots of love, Jen. Thank you so much for coming on, and we miss you too. Got it, Jen. Back at it. Okay. I want to go to Alessandro. Alessandro,
Hello.
I was thinking of you while she was talking, especially about the metros and the
Yeah,
enclosed spaces. What did you think about Martina's story?
yeah, just I guess similar to what other people have been saying, really, and how when you're sort of in the, I don't know, in the struggle that we're in at the minute, where it's so difficult to go through doing this like exposure. It's hard to really imagine being on that other side of actually being able to just get on a train or or a plane, most importantly, um, and feel like it's a normal thing. It just is a bit unimaginable. Um, but it's nice. It's really nice to see to meet people who have made so much progress.
Yeah, it's lovely to be in a group who everyone faces the same struggles, the same thoughts that you fear are the same thoughts everyone has here. Same thoughts I've had,
Yeah,
same behaviors. And that's the most magical thing of the group is like I always allow people to come on here and like feel a bit depressed, a bit low, a bit sad, but I hate people feeling shameful for this. You can feel all the emotions, all the negative emotions, but guys, please do not feel any shame for this. Stop feeling shame because of all the lies you've told, all the bullshit excuses. They're so valid. They're so valid about missing out on your friend's birthday, missing out on your friend's wedding, missing out on bringing your kids to the cinema. It's
mm,
horrible. but it's all valid. It's all justified because panic attacks are really awful, okay? And we have to fight to get our lives back. We have to go into battle. And that's what you're all doing. I'm super proud of you all, and I know the journey. I know what it's like. It's crippling. It's horrible. Going into the fear is the only way consistently, okay? And you're not supposed to believe it, Alessandro, you're not. You're not supposed to believe it. You're just supposed to do. And again,
Yeah.
it's doing and failing. Doing and failing. Going to do it willingly and saying, okay, I'm at the train station now, but I can't get on today. Well, go home then. See you tomorrow. Get back on. You mightn't make it the next day or the next day, but you keep showing up, and then you'll get on it for one stop, and then you get off, and then you go again, and you don't want to get on, but it's like you keep showing up. Recovery is like 99% failure. It was the same with me. I couldn't literally get past the traffic light 5 minutes from home for a month and a half, and I went every day. And one day, logically, is like, wait, is my life at nearly 28 years of age, like, is my life, was I put here to not get past the fucking traffic light? And then I was like, I entered into a mindset that I believe when we get into it in recovery, that's when we really start. We mean business. So I got into this when I said, I don't even care if panic attack kills me. And I meant it. I don't think I really meant it. No, I did. I'm not messing. I think the pain started to override the fear. The emotion of actually like, oh, I'm feeling really low and depressed and down. That emotion started to outweigh the actual panic. And I was like, I'm done here. Like, there's nothing else. Like, I'm done. So the only chance is I just have to go and go and go and have a panic attack, come back. Go have a panic attack, come back. Go, come back, go, come back. And again, it leads you onto places where you just never think you could be. And then yeah. Anyway, guys, has anyone got a question about Martina's journey? Anybody want to say anything about tonight? So we're going to finish up soon. Give us a question, guys. Anybody? Lorna, do you want to have anything to say? You're doing great, Lorna, by the way. We're all proud of you.
No, I've nothing really to say. I just feel like she told my story. It was just totally relatable. Everything she said, I could relate to. So not being able to get the shower, not being able to do things because you were just so heightened.
That's what we want. We want. You're going to see the process of when I bring all these people on.
Yeah,
It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Okay?
yeah,
But
yeah.
so guys, that's the first guest speaker out of 5. Okay? I might get more. Okay? Because there's plenty of people that recovered, and I said you don't even know about. I've asked a couple of people, and a couple of people have said, you know what, Glenn, I'm kind of don't want to talk about it. I'm living my life now, and I don't want to come on. Like, absolutely fine. I'm delighted for you. You know, and some people are more than willing to say, yep, I want to go on and talk to these people and show them that it can be done. But a couple of people like, Glenn, you know, kind of just don't want to talk about anxiety and panic and stuff. Had it for 5, 10 years and don't want to talk about it. Like, no problem. Absolutely fine. No problem. So if we can get more people on, we'll get more people on. But we have 5 really great stories to cover. So yeah. So that was we're supposed to do it on Friday, but Martina couldn't, and the only time we could do it is now. It's a bit late for everybody. But the main thing was, guys, there's a recovery story. There's going to be more coming, and you're going to notice a pattern. You're going to notice the pattern. And when you start to believe in things, oh my God, like if I keep doing what I'm doing, I could potentially be there. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll leave it there, will we? Yeah. Let me stop this recording, guys.